Hello students of Standard 9th. Welcome to the writing skill topic class. And here today we take a start with question 6A2, that is verbal to non-verbal. In the previous video you have studied about non-verbal to verbal, and now it's the time to get introduced to verbal to non-verbal. So students, here some questions on your screen. Students, please take note something that you have studied in non-verbal to verbal. Here, verbal to non-verbal is just the vice versa of the same. So on your screen, you could see the question. Here is some information about Gulmohar and banyan trees. Write the information in tabular form. So collective information is given to you in paragraph form. And then the students are asked to draw columns in their answer paper to write the answer. So this tabular form is presented by the student in the paper. Take note of it. So see the proper classification made. You could see 3 columns. One column is very much dedicated to the different characteristics of trees. Moreover, 2 different types of trees have been discussed. So here, let us take a start. The Gulmohar tree is of medium size. It has a modest height. It has compound leaves that have a feathery appearance. They are bright green in color. Its flowers are bright orange, red and yellow. However, it bears no fruits. It is leguminous roots that have nitrogen fixing properties. The banyan tree, on the other hand, is large and tall. Its leaves too are large. They are glossy green in color and elliptical in shape. The banyan tree has no flowers, but it does bear the fig fruit. The banyan tree is specially noticeable for its aerial roots. So students, after reading this information, you need to classify this information into a tabular form. So as far as the information what you have taken from the passage is, yes, very first, this particular passage is speaking about trees, and those trees are specified, Gulmohar tree and the banyan tree. So 2 columns are dedicated to 2 independent trees. Next, the passage is also speaking about the size, height, leaves, flowers, fruits of those trees. And then see the systematic classification done. On your screen you could see. So this is what verbal to non-verbal question is. Verbal, that is paragraph is given to you, and based on that paragraph you have to prepare the non-verbal presentation. You have to give this non-verbal presentation which is very much on your screen. In the same manner we proceed further. Yes. Read the following given information. Read the information given below and prepare suitable diagrams showing this information. Now students, on your screen you could see a very brief information is given about Mr. Darvi maintains the following diet for his daily afternoon meal. He has 100 grams of vegetables, 100 grams of lentils, 150 grams of rice and another 150 grams of chapatis and salad. Mr. Darvi purchases his food from a Poli Bhaji Kendra. He pays rupees 10 for the vegetables, rupees 10 for lentils, and rupees 10 for the rice. He has 4 chapatis that cost him rupees 10 and salad that cost him the same amount. Now students, let us study Mr. Dalvi's lunch and its expenses in this pie chart. 2 pie charts are presented to you. First pie chart is representing items of lunch and the other pie chart is representing expenses for lunch. You just go through it. So this is what the suitable diagram is for the information given. Okay. Next. Number 3. Given below are some facts about the modern Olympic Games. The order of information is jumbled. Arrange the facts in order and then prepare a flow chart depicting the information. Sorry. Students, facts on your screen. Facts about the modern Olympic Games. Number 1. The game begins with the arrival of the stadium of a runner carrying the torch ignited at Olympia in Greece. Number 2. Women athletes first competed at the Olympic Games in 1928. In 1895, a French monk, Father Didon, coined the sporting slogan for Olympic motto. Number 4. The first modern Olympic Games were held in 1896. Number 5. 241 athletes from 14 countries competed in the first games held in Athens in Greece. Number 6. The games are held in different countries in turn, the host being chosen by the International Olympic Committee. Now student, this collective information is given to you. And now you need to prepare a flow chart depicting this information. Now student, please take note of this following flow chart. Facts about modern Olympic Games. You could see the rectangular boxes on your screen which are connected with arrow mark. These arrow marks are all moving towards one direction. Take note. So this is a flow chart and now you need to arrange the information given in the paragraph in proper order, that is one after the other. So obviously we'll take the very previous start, the beginning year 1895. So the information of 1895 followed by the information of 1896. Yes. Then what happened in 1986? It's about 241 athletes. Then student, after that, what happened? So see the occurrences are given one after the other. After that you could see 1928. The first time women athlete compete in the games. And see the last column of the last rectangular box of the flow chart. The games are held in different countries, the host being chosen by the International Olympic Committee. So here is your flow chart with complete information. So this you have changed from verbal to non-verbal. Now the next question on your screen. Read the following extract about all the important events in the life of Jawaharlal Nehru. Prepare a flow chart showing the important details. So as I explained you in the previous question, again this flowchart will have the same pattern. See the arrows all showing the direction in one direction. They all go, common direction they follow. So the collective information you need to show in a flowchart one after the other. Next, question number 5. Given below are some instructions as to how to recycle used papers. The instructions are in jumbled order. Prepare a flowchart showing the correct process. So students, give some books to poor children. Make bound books with papers not used at all. Keep partly used papers for personal use. Give some books to NGOs. Sort out the used papers into 3 piles. Use some books for homework. Sell completely used papers to the Raddiwala. Use some books for rough work. Now see students, this is what, see the title also is given. You can also title your non-verbal presentation, Recycling of Paper. Let's see upward if anything is there. Yes. Important events in life of Jawaharlal Nehru. So sorry students, I just forgot to inform you that you need to give a specific title for your non-verbal presentation. Here, fact about modern Olympic Games. Here, Mr. Darvi's lunch and its expenses, we have discussed about it. And here the title is not given. But it is only Gulmohar and Baniyan because it is a tabular form. Okay, now let us move on to the same question. So I'm just scrolling it down. Okay, so we were discussing about recycling of paper. Now student, what is very first expected action? The first expected action is sort out used papers. So used papers, keep them one side and unused papers, keep them the other side. Next, keep partly used papers for personal use. Next, sell completely used papers to the Raddiwala. Completely used papers, sell it to Raddiwala. Next, make notebooks with papers not used at all. Now students, please, I want you to pay attention towards the arrow. Now we are moving downward from the right hand side. Use some books for homework. Use some books for rough work. Give some books to NGOs. Give some books to poor children. So here, this particular question of non-verbal, that is about recycling in the paper, you have to take note of the direction given. See the arrows. So this is what the process will go one after the other. Okay. Now, number 6. Given below is a paragraph giving an idea of what success means to different people. Prepare a web diagram depicting the information correctly. For most people, success means financial gain. If one is able to afford the luxuries of life, one considers that as success. However, for some, success means achieving fame and position in one's field. To others, it is acquiring some sort of status in society. A few people believe that if we can create employment opportunities for others, then they have achieved success. Very few people aim to become role models for others by being successful in their chosen field. So students, here we take a start, meaning of success, and this is what we call wave diagram. Now, what is the main idea of this wave diagram? So very first, your attention is taken by the main idea, that is meaning of success to different people. That is very much highlighted. Then you could see the different arrows running in different directions. 6 different directions you could see. See how the arrows are indicated. Please take note. It should not be upside down. It should not be upside down. Take note. Arrow should be properly drawn in the paper. So students, meaning of success to different people, like acquiring status in society, being able to afford the luxuries of life, achieving fame and position in one's field, being a role model for others, creating employment opportunities for others, and financial gain. That is what meaning of success. So it differs from person to person, and so you have presented it in the wave diagram. The next question is given below is a paragraph giving information about the output of sugar in some states of India in lakhs tons for the year 2002. Prepare a table depicting the information. So that is sugar production in India 2002. The highest production of sugar in 2002 was in Maharashtra. The state's production of 61.64 lakhs tons was higher than the second ranking state Uttar Pradesh, whose production was 58.74. Karnataka's production of sugar was as high as 17.98. Tamil Nadu's sugar production was 17.04 lakhs ton, which was slightly lower than that of Karnataka's 17.98. Gujarat's production of sugar ranked 5th with a production of 12.38 lakh tons. Andhra Pradesh was a bit lower with the production of 11.88 lakhs ton. States like Haryana, Punjab, Uttarakhand and Bihar had a production of less than 6 lakh tons. But over 4 lakh tons, the production of sugar in the other states of India was as low as 0.91 lakh tons. Madhya Pradesh was the lowest. It was as low as 0.85 lakhs ton. And now here this is the presentation on your screen. The same collected information which we have arranged in this order. So students, please take note. We have prepared a table depicting that is showing the information. So what is the title? Sugar production in India 2002. So see students, you can figure it out how the sugar production in lakh tons, one after the other, see how they are systematically, chronologically arranged with the proper name of the state. This question is very easy to handle, provided you should have proper reading habits with understanding. Then here we come to question number 8. Given below is some information about a place of religious importance, Shirdi. Prepare a tourist leaflet depicting this information. So Shirdi, a place of religious importance, is famous for Samadhi Mandir of Sri Sai Baba. It can be visited throughout the year. Shirdi has its own small station, but the other convenient rail heads are Manmad, that is 60 kilometers, and Nashik, that is 123 kilometers. There are regular buses from various cities, towns, while the nearest airport is at Aurangabad, that is 144 kilometers. There are plenty of places to stay in Shirdi, right from the private hotels to various charitable sansthas, such as Sevadham, Shanti Nivas, etc. The main attraction in Shirdi is Sri Sai Baba's marvelous statue in Italian marble made by the late Sri Balaji Vasant, which shows Baba seated on a golden throne. One can also view the things used by Baba, Other places of importance in Shirdi are Dwarka Mai, on the right of the entrance to the Mandir, Gurusthan, then we have Lendi Bagh and Khandoba Mandir. So students, here, this is what fact file is on your screen. I would just read the highlighted what you are expected to do. Very first, how to get there, because this is a fact file, no? So you are directing the people. You are directing the tourist how to go to Shirdi. So this particular fact file will help them reach Shirdi with no problems. So you're guiding them about how to get there by road or by other convenient railheads, or which is the nearest airport. So you're guiding the tourist, and because you want to guide those tourists, you're writing it in a very precise manner, and so it is fact filed. Next student, where to stay. Next, time of year to visit. Next, what to see. So this is your fact file. Sometimes these questions are there in the paper and sometimes they are not there. So please by heart these questions. How to get there, where to stay, time of the year to visit, what to see. Yeah. Then sightseeing. Then shopping. So you need to mention some marketplaces there. Okay. Other attractions, additional attractions of that particular place. That makes a complete fact file. Okay. Now we move on to question number 9. Prepare a short leaflet highlighting the unique experience of traveling by the Vivek Express. Use the information given in lesson 8.1 of the textbook Trekking India. So students, this is new syllabus for you. So you don't have this. But then too, you just take the question what it is. So the answer is highlights of Vivek Express, Indian Railways, always on the move. Enjoy the country's longest rail ride in Vivek Express, Kanyakumari to Dilburg. It is Dilburg. Be our guest for 4 nights and 3 days. It's not a journey. Highlights of Vivek Express regarding journey distance, schedule halts, time taken, average speed, frequency, states covered, named after. Students, actually, there was one lesson in the English text based on all this information. Okay, but because the portion has changed now, you don't have the text content with you. Fine. But then too, I have introduced you. This is also one type of non-verbal answer. That is a short leaflet. This is an example of short leaflet. That much you take for your understanding. And see the good proverb. Supported. Short leaflets are always supported by good proverbs. Make journey itself the destination. Or may your journey be as beautiful as your destination. Okay. Next, number 10. Given below is some information about a fun fair. Prepare an attractive leaflet depicting this information. So again on your screen. A grand fun fair has been planned for 25th September on Hemant Kutir grounds. All the members of the society must participate. There will be an entry fee of ₹50 per person for residents and ₹100 per person for guests, means the outsiders. You can collect your coupons from the society's office after paying the entry fee. The coupons will entitle you to participate in variety of games and competitions for which names must be registered with the secretary. Your coupons will also entitle you to eat the lovely snacks. We promise that it will be a fun-filled evening, so don't miss the fun. And then this is the non-verbal presentation of the given information. So students, please take note. Again, I am reading the question. Given below is some information about fun fair. Prepare an attractive leaflet. So this is an leaflet depicting the information. Even students at your place in newspaper, you must be getting some leaflets. Yeah, yellow color, dark pink color. Some advertisements are there. Some programs, maybe regarding blood donation, maybe regarding tree plantation, maybe regarding marathon. So those are the leaflets. Sometimes, yeah, especially coaching classes, you must have seen some boys there standing outside the school compound distributing those colorful papers. So those are the leaflets, and they are making the advertisement, advertising their brand or advertising their coaching classes. It may be anything as such. So here, see the leaflet on your screen. We promise you the best evening of your life. Don't miss the fun. Please see the language used. Oh, everything is in detail, nicely framed. See, Grand Gala Funfair where? On Hemant ground. When? 25th September. By whom? That is also important. Yeah. All society members must participate. Must is in very much bold alphabets, capital alphabets. Must. So it's compulsory. Entry for resident and entry for guest. Yes, this is also very important information. And then where to go for the coupons? Again, the address is shown. Again, it is answering all WH type of questions. Then what about snacks, games and competitions and all that. Moreover, see the way of inviting. Don't miss the fun. We promise you the best evening of your life. How nice. And then students, here are some practice questions for you. Okay. Here are some practice questions which you can practice in your competition notebook. Now students, as far as the completion of your competition notebook is concerned, you can write either one topic in your competition notebook. Heading, verbal to non-verbal. One topic you can write. Okay. So along with this teaching video, I will also send the PDF of the same. PDF. So where you will not hear the commentary, my teachings, but only the screen will be, only the notes will be on your screen. Okay. I hope it is very much clear to you. So till then we meet for the next time. Take care of yourself. Have a nice day ahead. Bye.